easy, and I won't go into too much detail. It is incredibly easy. It takes, on average, 30 hours to break a person down psychologically.
30 hours.
30
okay.
hours.
Yeah.
Most people can be broken down into a hallucinogenic mess in 30 hours.
I've showed that at previous talks, and some people have said to me, well, can you spell it out, Richard? What are you saying could have happened? It's not very nice, but just consider it. She's explaining that Justin Beecham is in this fog for a whole day. Barry Trow is saying it takes 30 hours to break someone down. But how do they then go and commit suicide? Well, I don't know that, right? I don't know how it's then done. But if someone is using a weapon, you're not going to find them standing there with the weapon in their hand, right? You're not going to get that evidence. If you want to solve a crime, you have to look for clues. Now, let me just say one thing, though, about the method. I can describe the method in 8 words, right? Find cord, anchor neck, lean forward. 8 words as instruction. Now, I don't know whether it would involve some sort of hypnosis, making the person think that they're elsewhere, or whether it can just be done, whether they've got the technology now to be able to induce that with just microwaves. I don't know, okay? Now then, we come to Alan Darlow. Why would Alan Darlow put his own money into that film when he's not made any money back on it? So I found out where Alan Darlow lives. He lives in a great big house just north of Newport, and with its own grounds and everything. So I went to knock on his door because I wanted to ask him, why did you get interested in these suicides and what's your real motivation? So here's what happened. So I've arrived at Alan Darlow's house, and one of my fears is that there was going to be dogs. There's a few signs up here as well saying, beware guard dogs, dogs roaming free. So this is all his property here, inside this fence, and the prosecution of offenders. All right, so he's got guard dogs, he's got cameras. So 3 vehicles come out, and I spoke to one guy in a removals van, and I asked him if Alan was in. He said, oh, he's not here, but I can give you his mobile number. So I've got a mobile number that I can try him on, but I don't really fancy going past the main gates. I can hear dogs barking, and there's signs all over the fences saying, otherwise you can... Right, yeah. I think I'll ring his mobile. Okay. So I rang his mobile, and I had a 7-minute long conversation with him, which I've recorded. I'm not going to play it, but I will show you what was said. Now, let me just point out, I don't think Alan Darlow's got any knowledge of why these suicides may have occurred, and I don't think he's got any knowledge of microwaves or anything like that, right? That's not what I'm suggesting here. Now, I said to him, what was it that motivated you to get involved? He said, basically, it had been on in the press, and we'd heard about it a lot, and I met John over in Palm Beach, and he was originally to know, but he'd just done a documentary called The Gloucester 17, which was a documentary about girls in Massachusetts High who'd all got pregnant at the same time. He came over to see me, and we were just talking. This is in Palm Beach when he's on holiday. And I said, I've got a good story for you from Bridgend, where, you know, there'd been so many suicides, and then he started to research it, and Darlow's put his own money into it. So I then asked Alan Darlow, did you put money into it? He then said, yes, John and I financed it between us. There was no external finance. Now, if you've seen the Peter Hyatt video, right, when somebody states a negative, when they haven't been prompted at all for it, you're on high alert for deception, according to Peter Hyatt, okay? So I didn't ask him if there was any external finance. Did you put money into it? Why does he feel the need to tell me there was no external finance? When someone states a negative, when they're not prompted, it's possible that it's a lie. So I suspect that there has been external finance. Have you got your money back on it at all? He said, no, not yet, and he started laughing. He then said, I'd like to. I then asked him, did you know it wasn't going to make money, or did you expect to at least get something? He then said, I think we expected it to. I don't know what's happened in America, right? Now, as again, Peter Hyatt will say, when somebody stutters on the pronoun I 3 times, it's a sign of anxiety. It's a sign that he's not comfortable with that question he's been asked, right? And look at this sentence here. I think we expected it to make money. This is a ruthless businessman who puts money into things that are going to make money. I think we expected it to make money. So I don't know for sure, but my suspicion is that Darlow's just been used as a conduit to get money to get this film made, and that there's someone else behind it, probably the military. So, you've seen some evidence that I've presented for you. They're the theories, and this is the one that, the MP, Madeleine Moon or whatever she's called, goes on about, oh, we can't report these cases in the media now because kids are copying off each other, right? I would say at the very least, if there's a discussion on what's caused these suicides, at the absolute very least, the subject of microwave weapons needs to be on the table. Okay? Those thousands of hours of footage that Williams filmed, I ask, is that being viewed at the Pentagon? Because what Barry Trower said is that they usually go into other people's countries to do these sort of tests. Well, we are another country to the US, aren't we? Okay. Okay, it's a dark subject to finish part 1 on. We'll have a 15-minute break. Thanks for listening.